So let's move on, okay? So now, what about if we have an electron pair geometry that's 3? And by the way, by saying this electron pair geometry, right, we're really talking about the bonds that are in each one of these, the electrons that are in each one of these bonds, right? So if I make a central atom with 3 bonds like this, okay, and I'm not telling you what I put on those, we don't know if it's the electron pair geometry, or we can't really tell what the difference is, if this is electron pair or molecular, until I start putting other atoms around it, right? And as I start putting other atoms around it here, now I can tell that that's my molecular geometry. And also, you notice how I put these all at a nice 120-degree angle? Because, right, 3 things in a 360-degree circle, 360 divided by 3 gives me 120, okay? We call this trigonal planar because it's in a plane, as you can see. It doesn't really have this, like, if I hold it flat like this, you don't really see necessarily like a dimension coming up this way, right? It's just a flat plane. So I want you to know these names, okay? Trigonal planar for electron pair geometry of 3, okay? And so now what we're going to have, we're actually going to see from this electron pair geometry, which gives us like our starting point, 3 things around the central atom. This is actually going to give us 2 specific molecular geometries, okay? So when it's 3 atoms, we call it trigonal planar, like I've got written right there, okay? But now look what happens. When I have this molecule right here, SO2, and I'm going to make this SO2 by doing the following. I'm going to remove one of those atoms, and I'm just going to replace it with an open stick right here. This open stick, you can think of this as an electron pair, kind of like what's showing you in this picture right there, okay? So now this is a great example of where we see the electron pair geometry being 3, but the molecular geometry is different when I change the number of atoms, okay? So this is no longer called trigonal planar, and I highlighted the wrong thing. This structure is called bent, because now when I look at it, I can't hold this in a way that you can see. There we go. It just looks bent. Keep in mind that this represents an electron pair, and that electron pair wants to, repel the electrons that are in this bond, right? So it has this appearance of having this bent shape, okay, that you can see right there, all right? So trigonal planar, 2 types of molecular geometries exist. Yeah, I want you to know the names of both. There's the trigonal planar, right, which is given like so. And then there's bent, and bent again is when we still have a lone pair right there, okay? And now actually I need to make, for the SO2, right, technically one of those is a double bond, right? But still has that bent trigonal planar shape. Okay, moving on.